up everybody?
Welcome back to the channel. If you watched our previous vlog, we visited the historical Anping district here in Tainan.
Yeah, but Tainan has a bunch of different sites scattered all throughout the city and the greater area as well. So join us today as we check some of those out, as well as try some more local delights.
Yes.
Let's go.
Just near our hotel is this Tainan Spring. So we're making a quick stop off here to check it out. It used to be a city center shopping mall, and this was its underground parking level. So
oh, wow.
You can, still see like the foundation sticking out, and they redesigned it to be an urban lagoon. So it's summertime now, super hot, but there's lots of families and little kids playing in the pool. So it's a pretty nice public pool area.
Yeah.
With some greenery in the middle of the city.
It's very unique, eh?
It is. I don't think I've seen anything like this before in our travels so far, at least.
Yeah, and they did it really nicely too.
Yeah, it looks very nice. But it's getting a bit late in the morning, so I think we need to go find ourselves some food before we head off to our
Good
next
plan,
place.
but this was a great first stop.
Yes.
On our way here on the first day, and we were asking the driver, who used to be a chef, what is your favorite food here in Tainan? And the first thing he replied to us was mee gao. This is a very specialty dish that you can usually find here in Tainan, and we're very excited to try it. It's quite different from like the traditional raw fan. It's got the pork, but it's also got some floss. It could be fish floss or pork floss, and some pickled radishes as well. Let's try and get a spoonful of all the pork as well as the floss. And we'll save a radish for the chaser.
Have you got any of the sticky rice?
Yes, of course, right under there.
Okay, good.
Looking very shiny under there. Oh man, that's a bite that puts a smile on my face. That is so good.
Seem very happy.
The sticky rice is definitely the most magical part of this dish. It's so wonderful, the flavors inside there. And there's so much salty flavor and sweet flavor. And it's got a lovely texture as well. Because it is a little bit sweet, I think that's why they paired it with these pickles. To get that sour taste to cut through it all.
Just a short stroll away from our lunch spot, and we've wandered into Wu Garden, which is the former garden of a wealthy 19th century businessman named Wu, and it's also the grounds where the former Tainan Public Hall or Union Hall sits too. It's quite interesting because there's a mix of different architectures. You've got that European style building in the front there, and then a traditional Chinese garden, as well as some old Japanese wooden buildings too.
Yeah.
The Union Hall is where they used to hold town meetings. Yeah, should we go have a look around?
Yeah, sure. I do like that this public park is tucked away from the rest of the city, so when you come here it feels like you found a hidden gem. We were wandering around, we went into the old Chinese building, and it turns out it's a little museum with air conditioning, which is very important.
It's so interesting to see all these different style old buildings, but then all the modern buildings right behind it too.
Yeah, it's a shopping mall behind this building.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can see the H&M logo.
Turns out that the old Japanese building that we saw earlier is a little cafe and a souvenir shop, which is perfect because now we can get some ice cold teas. They also have some food and desserts as well. And I also saw on the menu that you can do Kung Fu tea. So you can even bring like your own tea leaves and then use their tea sets, or you can pay for their tea leaves and use the tea sets and do all that whole ceremony yourself too. So it's a great little spot. And I got myself a lemon black tea with lots of ice and full sugar. Oh, it's really sharp, very tangy, that lemon taste. But yeah, nice and cold.
About a 10-minute walk away from the Wu Garden, we've arrived here at the Confucius Temple of Tainan. Now this is the very first Confucius temple that was built in Taiwan, and it was built in 1665. If you remember in our previous vlog, we were talking about a guy called Zheng, that's right, thanks for the assist. And his son was the very first person who built this temple. And if you're wondering who Confucius was, well, he was a famous philosopher slash teacher and political figure. I guess in some ways you could say he was very similar to Aristotle from ancient Greek times. And this temple still boasts a lot of the very traditional style of architecture, even though it has been rebuilt a couple of times throughout times as well.
Yeah. This Confucius temple is commonly referred to as the first academy of Taiwan, and it's the place where people would not only have to go to receive an education, but also to prepare for the imperial examinations if they wanted to become a civil servant. And behind me, that building is the Hall of Edification, where it explains like the school rules. This temple is also free entry, which is great.
Now it turns out that there was one building that you do have to pay for to get entrance into, and it's Tainan Palace. It was 40 NT to get into here, so it's not too much. But this is known as the main building of the complex, and it's also where they would hold ceremonies to honor Confucius. It's also really nice just to be in here and see all the architecture around, and you can see that there's now a lot of tour groups in this area too.
Yeah, there are. You can go inside the side buildings and also see some old artifacts too.
Yeah. We got to find ourselves a taxi now though, because we're heading over to the Jingzaijiao salt flats, which is pretty far away from where we are right now. It's kind of like in the outskirts of the city, so it'll be about an hour before we get there.
Ah, okay. About an hour's taxi ride later and we've arrived in Jingzaijiao, Tile-Paved salt fields. Quite a mouthful of a name. Yeah. This place dates back with 200 years of history, and it is the oldest surviving tile-paved salt field in Taiwan. It was also the first one that was built in Beimen. And it is just quite a unique sight to see. You've got all these cone-like piles of salt, and it's sitting inside like a mosaic sort of tile-looking area. I don't quite know how
we've never seen anything like this, right?
Not in our travels so far, so it's very unique. It's also free to visit, which is cool too. And it looks like there's a whole bunch of tripods that are set up there because sunset photography is quite a popular thing to do here.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a really nice sunset from here.
Yes, hopefully it'll be soon.
son was a salt farmer, this is what it would look like. She'd be wearing a sundress, farming the salt. Go, Geet!
What I'm doing.
Obviously had to do the pose of a salt farmer out here since we've got this handy utensil right here. How did it look? Do I look like a natural?
Sure. Couldn't wait. I had to get one of these salty ice creams and it is delicious. Didn't want it to drip.
Is it actually salty?
It is salty and very creamy.
Oh, it looks delicious.
It's so yum. Just waiting for Peter's drink now.
So the drink that I got is called Salt Worker. Let's give it a try. Ah, that's really yum. It tastes like salted caramel with a hint of tea. I like that.
So pretty getting to see that sunset, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it really transforms the whole place. And the salt fields was originally built back in 1818. And even though it's become more of like a scenic attraction now, they do still make the crystallized salt here by drawing in the seawater into these pans and evaporating it in the sun. And we were reading a little bit before about how I think they broke up, the salt workers would break up like earthenware and line the pans, and so it prevents the salt from sticking and from getting dirty, which is just so ingenious, isn't it?
Yeah. Alright everybody, we're gonna wrap things up from here.
Yeah, I'm so glad that the weather held out for us, because for the last few days it's been having thunder showers on and off, which prevents us from being able to vlog. And it's our last day here in Tainan.
Yeah, so thankfully everything's been really lucky for us, and we also got to see a beautiful sunset.
We sure did. If you guys enjoyed following along with this vlog, please do remember to leave us a thumbs up, drop us a comment. We really do enjoy reading them, and if you can, please share our channel and this video, as it does help us. And also, if you haven't already, please do subscribe, because we'd love to have you join us for the rest of our journey.
Yeah, catch you on the next one everyone.
See ya.
See ya.